Hello and welcome back to the Nasty Metal Picture channel here at YouTube. And holy shit, I haven't done a review in quite a while, which due to me being so focused on 70s hard and heavy month, I hadn't been able to. But I had to definitely make this album an exception. That of course is the newest album from Bullet, titled Dust to Gold, which of course was dropped today. And this was definitely one of the most anticipated albums for me from Bullet. Definitely, or at least for this year. Since I already got like Firepower from Judas Priest, I got Thunderbolt from Saxon, and of course I got Pound Up Paper from Anvil. So this was definitely the other that I was really looking forward to. So with that, Bullet. So who are they? If you've never heard of these guys, of course, had been around since like 1999, 2001, somewhere around there, and out of Sweden. And these guys, throughout their whole career, have just been hammering down on just solid quality metal with, at times, a bit of a classic rock edge. Definitely the classic rock edge here and there definitely comes from bands like Crocus or mostly the earlier ones before Headhunter, which we'll get to some Headhunter comparisons. Nazareth, Ted Nugent, and so on. And definitely being on the album Full Pull, which really brought in one of those 70s classic rock influences. But here and there, even still then, it's like, while they are definitely a metal band, because their main influence definitely being like Accept, Saxon, Judas Priest, Dio, and so on, of course, other influences, of course, being AC/DC. With that, just a really solid band. So, to get to Dust to Gold, this, of course, had been kind of long awaited because of the last album they had released was back in 2014. That's, of course, with Storm of Blades. But since then, their bass player, Adam Hector, had left. And so, of course, he got replaced with Gustav Hector. I don't know if he is the brother, but since they share the same last name, so I don't know there. Also, this, of course, is the second album for a guitar player. Shit. How do we do this video? Get that at Alexander Libro, who, of course, pretty much joined the band for the Storm of Blades album. So with that, how is Dust to Gold? When I first listened to this album, basically I was hit without warning. The whole entire album. Basically, it's like an assassin just hitting me with a target. And just right from the first song, Speed and Attack, the bullet had hit. And no, I guess pun intended. Like throughout the whole album, I'm just completely floored throughout the whole entire album. Sure, it's what I expect from Bullet, but at times they just have a way of, while keeping their signature sound, they just seem to in here do it in a way that's almost unexpected. This album is definitely one, and while Storm of Blades was definitely one of their heavier albums, and definitely since their EP, Spitting in the Night, but Dust to Gold blows that album away from all points. Just from the opening track, Speed and Attack, to then, of course, other songs in here like Hollow Grounds. Just these two songs alone basically show that Bullet are still at their game still. They are still in their prime. They are, in a way, I think they might have just hit their prime with this album. It's like, they've always been putting out quality albums since the EP, and since, of course, their 2006 debut full-length album heading for the top, but this album just shows that they are definitely much more than in your typical retro style traditional heavy metal band. These guys just know how to write a catchy riff, and you get a whole bunch of catchy riffs off this album. This is a lot more 80s sounding than even just a lot more even from the production and everything, which of course was handled by let me get out. Mankin, I know he's the same guy that produced also Ambush's Desecrator, but this is just a fucking fantastic heavy metal album. Again, other good songs being, of course, Ain't Enough, Rogue Soldier, Fuel the Fire, One More Round, which is classic Bullet, Highway of Love, also classic Bullet. Singles for Wildfire, just classic Bullet. Screams in the Night also being a damn good track. Forever Rise, and of course, Hollow Grounds, probably being kind of like an intro, almost reminding me of the From Dusk Till Dawn track or so off the Bite the Bullet album. I forgot the intro that went to that run, but again, it kind of plays out just like how Hellion played out for, the Hellion played out for like Electric Eye. Just that kind of feel. Of course, getting to the last track, which of course is the title track, Dust to Gold, and ends the album in great fashion. Kind of similar to the song Warriors off of this album right here. Though technically the copy I have as a bonus track being Get On, which has a very Chuck Berry feel. Still, this album still has its classic rock influences, but at the same time, they put it in a much more metallic way. This is basically, to me, Bullet's Headhunter. It's like Storm Blaze, I probably would have thought as their Headhunter, but this album feels a lot more like their Headhunter for sure. Everything, again, just from the anthemic feel of the whole entire album, everything, even from Hillhofer's voice, which actually sounds really damn good on this album, actually better than his performances on like Full Pool and the last album. Even though he's always had a way of keeping that sort of raw razor sort of feel to his voice, which he always gets compared, or always gets like summoned up as somewhere between Udo Jürgenstein and Brian Johnson. But I think I don't hear as much Brian Johnson as much anymore, and I did, but I think the better comparison should be if Udo Jürgenstein and Dan McCaffrey had a child. And he does a lot of that, especially on the song Highway Love, where he uses an even more higher register, which even more reminds me of Dan McCafferty. Just that sort of feel, and it just fucking great. Again, the guitar riffing and everything, the guitar solos, the whole attitude, the whole feel, it's just pretty much a 1-2 punch throughout the whole entire album. I cannot say anything bad about it. I don't think there's any filler on here. It's like everything is just all solid, I think. And again, it's a lot more consistent album than Storm of Blades. And even though Storm of Blades was a damn good album, but again, this album just blows that album away completely. Just fucking solid material. I would say, again, when it comes to their more straight up metal albums, this album I think is probably the best since Bite the Bullet. Just a fucking great album. And also, I would say this is also the heaviest album. It's like, again, Storm of Blades was a heavy album. This one's a little bit heavier. So with that, my rating, you know what? I'm going to give it a fucking solid 10 out of 10. Fuck it. 10 out of 10. Just top 5 material for sure. This, who knows? This can end up being my album of the year. I don't know. This is just that. It's just that damn good. This is what I expect from Bullet, and this is the type of quality you're gonna expect from Bullet. Even though they will always have a way of changing a little bit of their sort of feel up here and there, like always putting a little bit of twists and turns. because not each album it's like they all would say they would sound the same, but the thing is, there's always something different about it. And this album is no exception. They just know how to churn out quality metal. I think these guys deserve to be a lot bigger than they are. Them and Airborne. So with that, highly recommended album. If you have not checked out Bullet, this is definitely an album I do recommend checking out. However, if you are into Bullet and have been listening to this band, definitely let me know what you think. And I know it just dropped today, so with that, and if you have not yet and still are waiting on your pre-order or maybe your vinyl copy, I don't know, definitely again, this is definitely one that I don't think disappoints. It's fantastic. So with that, again, let me know what you think. So until then, I'll be back next week with, of course, with more 70s hard and heavy kind of videos, but more post-70s. So with that, until then, this is Sam out. I'll see you next week. Take care.